I guess we're taking an elevator up here. It is currently 4:09 in the morning. But, like, I'm about to finish this off, so I may as well. Alright. There is one foe. Can you guess who it is? The light was coming from here. Ah, Lady Harm, over there. That's right, this is the real Pokemon Legends Arceus, whatever the heck. Harm. Link with me. Whoa, at least buy me a drink first. Show me your strength. Heck yeah, I will. That's the legendary Pokemon. Harm's army's turn. Also, Pupper is right here. At the moment, there is Pupper. So you can't really see her on the bottom cam here. But what gave it away? Your ability is omnipotent. Okay, and then it's an area around you of judgment. So just don't be on, like, that tile there. So are you gonna approach me? Or, like, what happens here? Here, I can probably just end turn. There's infinite turns. So, like, or do I need to approach? Okay, no, you approach. So this might take a couple turns. I only get, like, a silver level. It's not even a gold one. Let's see here. Time for the mini game. The Minigamy. Oops. Not quite first try because I screwed it up there a little bit. Actually, wait, it is first try? What? Oh, okay. My name is Arceus if you want to be technical. But I just go by Arceus, creator of this world. I have been waiting for you, Harm. First time seeing that background because I always play as the male trainer. Yeah, so now I just have Arceus now. Lady Harm, you linked with the legendary Pokemon? That's amazing. This means... Not so fast. So the legends were true. Very well. But legends can be overcome with an army mighty enough. What? We meet again, Harm? But this'll be our last battle. This time, I'm gonna win. My duty is to protect Lord Nobunaga. To that end, there's nothing I will not do. I did not imagine that we would meet on the battlefield again so soon, Lady Harm. And yet, if you will insist on standing in Lord Nobunaga's way. Such a battle will be a new experience for me. I plan to enjoy it. Thank you, Harm. I shall attempt to repay you by keeping your suffering to a minimum. Lord Nobunaga always knew that this would happen. That is why we are here. But... It is time. Come, Rayquaza, black as night. Yeah, time for the true final battle. Oh, do we change the portrait in the top to Arceus for this one battle? I should have thought about that ahead of time, and that's not something that I set up, but you are right. Nobunaga and Rayquaza shall defeat this legendary Pokemon and bring destruction to Ransei for all our sakes. You are right, if I want to be technical here. And I did not set that up in advance, and I totally should have, because I knew this was going to happen. Save the Arceus PNG. Watch, I'm going to speedrun it. Set up my layout here. And then I go ahead and I add it as a source here. Like that. I call it this. Unload image we're not showing. And then I select that right at the top. There we go. And then I go ahead and I move it to like here. About that size. Does that look good? Maybe about here. And then I copy that. And then I paste duplicate. And then I go ahead and I call this Arceus 2. And then I go to filters. And then I go to color correction. And then I turn the brightness down, and I turn the opacity to 0.9, please. I move 1 on top of 2, and then I move this one over 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 down, and I move it on top, like behind the game, but on top of, oh, I can just move it here, that's fine. And then I disable this, bam, look, it's right now. But maybe I'll move it over a little bit, if I can find where the heck I put it again, right here. Like here. That looks good, right? Right? Perfect speedrun music, you right. Okay, well, their strength is higher than me. They, fire spin. Okay, let me adjust my microphone a little bit there. Shadow Ball, Dragon Pulse, so it's just a 3-tile thing there. Ice Beam, Iron Tail, but you can't move very fast, or Sphere. Okay. And yeah, I've got Judgment. It's still the same ability. Yeah, still the same ability because of my Warlord thing. So let's see here. I would very much like to start getting some buffs on the field here. Is what I would like. Okay. Yeah, I've got lots of range here. So I'll buff up that defense first and foremost. Enemy's turn. Also, is this like the only instance of like a canonical shiny Rayquaza in a Pokemon story? Or is there other instances? I know there's like events and stuff like that. But that's one of the cool parts about this game is that the final boss is shiny black Rayquaza. Is a really cool part about it. And kind of like a debate by being like, hey look, Zekrom is like the main big bad. But nope, surprise. Players might be completely separate from the avatar set in the logbook, as none of your Pokemon you recruit appear in his info. For my avatar? What? Oh, you have lots of range. No. So you'd be able to get here, actually. And you'd be able to 1, 2, 3. Whoops. No, wrong button. Why do I keep on hitting this? Here. Let's go over here. And then maybe I'll move out of the way a little bit in a second here. I'm going to kind of tuck into this corner and get ready for an attack buff this next turn. This is what I think I'm going to do. Okay, so I can go here. Okay. Well, you can get some hits on us, but it's fine. During battle from the pause menu if you need confirmation. Separate from the avatar set in the logbook. Just that I wouldn't have the legendary Pokemon here. I'm not entirely sure what you mean this would be different from the avatar set in the logbook. How about this, eh? Well, we don't have a pupper cam here. But I mean pupper. It's right there. That's where she is right now. So not quite the filling the layout of this, but that's fine. Okay, you got Wigglytuff there, it looks like. And yeah, there isn't really much that you can use, like, terrain-wise or anything here. You just kind of, fight. That's a decent bit of damage. At least some Pichu are just gone for this one battle. Oh, that's what you mean there. Okay. So yeah, time to go ham here. Omnipotent. Oh, I get HP back. That's what Omnipotent does. When Rayquaza's asleep! Look, they actually have their eyes closed in this game. I never even noticed that before. Or I guess I did. I didn't really think all that much of it. Okay, let's go ahead and rally. March to my beat. And I'm thinking I do this here, too. I shall cut us a path to victory. So, I can get a type advantage thingamabob there. Ooh, I'm definitely going to want Emboar over there. So if you just stay asleep for a while, that is really lucky. Maybe I just leave it like that, essentially. Omnipotent is essentially the do anything button. Oh, that is big damage. Not quite enough to one-shot. But, oh, I could go here and get him. I would hit Rayquaza, too. I could go here like this. Is what I could do. No, but then the Aqua Tail's gonna hit Wigglytuff. Nah, screw it. I'm going for it here. Alright, let's see it. Oh, that is actually very big damage to Infernape. Holy crap. I'm gonna take on Infernape this turn. Arceus, Judgment! I'm just gonna switch between, like, the two different pronunciations, I guess. This is what I'm doing now. Okay, I'm taking out you. Get out of here. Aqua Tail, do it. Imagine it missed. Okay, he's gone immediately. Looks like they got us. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, and then before anyone else gets, like, too close or Yeah, that could be perfect there. I mean, only the tiny little smidge of damage I'd be doing. So I guess anybody else attacking here is not going to be doing all that much damage to you. Is what it's kind of looking like. Okay, let's do this. Forgot this battle cut turn count. Yeah, so it's just... Wow, I got a crit. It's just whoever wins. Okay, just so that you can't line up like... I guess you can still line up that way. Okay, you get ready to go over here. Use that extra range to go that way this turn. Okay, let's see it. Yeah, you can't quite get over here yet. You're gonna Shadow Ball Samurai, it looks like. Not that much damage. I think Rayquaza is maybe the only one that can do like really big damage then. Now is the time. So I am slightly worried about this. Oh, I'm extremely worried about this now. That did way less than I thought it would. Quite frankly. I thought that was gonna like completely destroy Superior. I guess I shouldn't have gone so far off to the side with Emboar. I can hit so many guys with this. Too bad normal types don't affect Miss Magius. Omnipotent. Alright, so just like... get wrecked here. Might not be enough to take out Rayquaza. I'm probably not going to need the extra range layer, so I may as well do this for the extra attack. So if, say, I just did this... Yeah, we're very much breaking the rules here. Oh my god, that is a lot of damage. Arceus, Judgment. Omnipotent. Wow, okay. I don't care about my own life, but Lucario's is another matter. Why did Lucario not, like, resist it as a steel type? Let us retreat. Oh, would I have been able to hit the ghost there? Because Omnipotent and stuff? Maybe that's why the thing wasn't resisted. Little fruit fly, fungus gnat. That's what I was kind of swiping at there, and might be able to see it flying in front of my face if my camera picks that up. Psycho Cut now. Alright, well. Definitely in the bag from here, then. Okay, let's go ahead and slap you guys. Aqua Tail, do it. Slap. Alright, Emboar's not going to do anything. It's just way too slow. Put on a little bit too much weight. I don't know, sure. Just, like, chill out here. Prevent Lapras from getting the, oh, well, Nah, I don't want another Ice Beam to the face here. That's why nobody here likes Emboar. I like Emboar. Somewhat. Omnipotent. So it just missed. Wow. Okay. Ow. Oh, I did line up a 3 for you, didn't I? Omnipotent, is it gonna miss? Wow, okay. So, like, Omnipotent. Just so dang OP. Oh, big stretch from the pupper there. Is there any way that I could just, like... I think the loose slack for this camera... Oh. Well, that got pupper up. That's what I did. I was just thinking about if I were to do something like... bring that around town. And then I could literally just... Oh, wrong button. Pupper. Pupper. You can still get a pupper cam and stuff. And she's just like, what the heck are you even doing? So I'm just gonna slap these guys. How about remake this entire squad in Battle Revolution, baby? Well, that's detailed point about this fight. Nobunaga doesn't have any Gen 5 Pokemon in his team. Zekrom's a Gen 5 Pokemon. If you count, like, the thing before. Are you just saying, like, this specific battle here and stuff going on here? Sacrifices must be made in the name of the divine. Arceus Judgment. I'm only doing it because I know you can take it. Because you're just so awesome like that. Our enemies are stronger than they look. Okay, just this battle, you mean. My apologies, Agron. I've let you down. There. I'm disgusted at my own incompetence. Look, he's fine. Samurott is A-okay. Bruce is fine. Dear brother, why? Do you not understand? Throughout the land, warriors fought endless battles, driven by the quest for the legendary Pokemon. Is this supposed to be Nobunaga speaking, actually? Probably. These conflicts continued for years. And more warriors began to treat their Pokemon, their partners, as little more than tools. Many warriors lost the ability to feel love for their Pokemon. It was for this reason that... Okay, it's just generally. It's for this reason that Nobunaga sought to unite Ransei, unless he's speaking in the third person. If he could prove to all that he was the most powerful warrior in Ransei, then perhaps all the fighting would stop. The legendary Pokemon is just that. A legend. A story made up to frighten children. People went to the ends of the earth in search of it. And yet, even if they managed to get their hands on it, its fearsome power would cause them to lose their minds. That is why I will destroy this Arceus. The legend that has stolen the very heart of my beloved Ransei. Dear brother. And yet, Harm. Even before Arceus, you have retained your clarity. Perhaps you are the one. Brave warriors. I have seen how much you both care for Ransei. I therefore entrust it to your care. Harm, you are still young. That is why you will not see me again. Until you are worthy of me. Farewell. After that, Harm returned all the captured castles to their original warlords, except for one that shall not be named. They, in turn, agreed, after some discussion, to draw up a set of rules designed to protect the Pokemon of Ransei. You fought so hard to capture these castles. Feels like a bit of a waste just giving them back. But that's the way Harm does things, I suppose. I hope that one day we may share a battlefield again, Harm. Goodbye. Harm, you beat me fair and square. To be honest, though, I knew from the first time we met that you were gonna do big things. And I know what I've got to do now, too. Head back to Ignis and start again from scratch. Doing battle with you has taught me a great deal, Lady Harm. The love of a warrior for their partner Pokemon. The bonds between friends and allies. These are priceless treasures. I shall return to Valera and attempt to adhere to these principles that you embody. Lady Harm, peace has returned to Ransei, just as Lord Nobunaga desired. Thank you. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Lady Harm. I thought I should drop by to offer my congratulations. I just can't believe you did it. I can't stop these tears. You cried to me, Tsunari? Of course not. Now, come on. So, everyone's gone. But, Lady Harm, I'd like to stay with you, if that's alright. Definitely not, kids. And so, Ransei was filled with the laughter of people and Pokemon alike. And, from the top of the Infinite Tower, Nobunaga looked down at it all, a smile upon his face. Yeah, that's the game. That's Pokémon Conquest. At least, like, the first story that you have to play through, which one could argue is basically just, like, a tutorial for, like, the real meat of the game, which is doing a bazillion other stories, the, like, 30-something other tales. I think there's only one that I can say is, like, uniting the entire continent again, being, like, the very last one. But most of the other stories are just like, hey, you're this kingdom, here's 3 ones surrounding you. unite, like, those 3, get all those other 3 to unite all 4, or, like, unite half the map, or this section of the map, or something like that, is what most of them are. So they're all, like, significantly shorter than this. It's not, like, a 10 to 12 hour story over and over and over again, like, 30 times. Like, they are much, much smaller, bite-sized things. And again, like, this might not be the end of this playthrough. I might just end up doing those stories at, like, the end of a LAN event or something like that if I want some filler kind of thing, where I'm just kind of like, huh, I did all the stuff I want to do at this LAN event. What else should I play now? Oh, let's just do a story or two in Pokémon Conquest. It can be one of those games that, like, I can consider beaten, cleared, but I just play from time to time just for fun when I want to, like, fill some stuff in. Like I would do with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. You know, that game that everyone thinks I hate. Or Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, where I would continue playing it from time to time a little bit after I'd finished it. Just because there's more stuff that I can play, and it's like, if I just want to do, like, some filler content, then I can just, like, play it a little bit. That's what this game will probably be. Most likely. And all fairness, only need to beat, like, 20 of the... out of the 30-something to get the true ending. Really? I thought you needed to beat, like, all the other stories to get, like, the final map. Or the final story, is what I thought you needed. Do you only need to do, like, some of them to get there? Oh, well. Anyway. Pokémon Conquest. I think that I would probably prefer this game if it was, like, a longer main campaign and less of the post-game kind of content. Like, this game's real meat is doing a metric shit ton of stories over and over again, with, like, the small things that carry over of, like, your key items and your Pokemon evolutions and stuff. So if I went and fought, say, my character in one of the stories, my character would have, like, an Eevee, but the moment I recruit them, there would be Glaceon and the Pichu, and probably not Arceus. I think that would probably be an exception there. Would probably be the case. Like, that's how it works, is the moment you get them, they're restored to, like, their state, evolution-wise, and what Pokemon they have-wise, but not Link-wise, so that you don't, like, break things in two, just because you grinded to level 100, Link level 100 one time, and then, you can just get that immediately, and then wreck things, so Link level doesn't carry over. Congratulations, Lady Harm, you've cleared the story, but many more adventures lie ahead. I mean, the stories of all the different warriors you've met so far are just beginning. Oh, but don't worry. Though your Link values will be reset, you'll still keep all your valuable items. And when you recruit warriors or link with Pokemon that are registered in the gallery, the data you have built up with them there will be carried over. By the way, this is how the gallery looks at the moment, Lady Harm. Okay, so warrior number registered of, like, different warriors. Pokemon number found 103 of 199 and number registered 32. So my dex is at 32 if you want to try, like, completing the dex then. You're sure to meet a lot more warriors and Pokemon in the future. And I know that eventually, the day that you return to Center Stage will come, Lady Harm. Yeah, do the other stories and unlock the final one, if you want to do that. I've said this before, but I only need to do the 16 main warlords, alongside, like, 3 smaller warlords that unlock them. Okay, interesting. So just doing all the main ones, not every single little side thing, then. Look forward to seeing you again soon. I gotcha. I remember just doing them all back when. Save the current play data. But yeah, the intended play experience of this game is play through the story, get, like, you know, the basic story scene through, and then from there, do a whole bunch of these other stories, like, rapid fire, with, like, the small stuff that carries over of, like, your Pokemon, your evolutions, and Warlord evolutions, and stuff like that, and Pokemon inventory, just over and over and over again. So, like I was saying, I would definitely prefer, like, a longer campaign where it feels like the progress that I'm doing here really matters, like if I'm grinding and recruiting different people, as opposed to just like, yeah, it's gone. And it's gone. Like, I'm okay with having some stuff carrying over for, like, some additional stories, some other side content later, but yeah, the main story is definitely pretty short, and then it's like, hey, here's like 30-something other stories to play, and like the minor stuff that carries over, and this is what the main meat of the game is, and this is what I spent, like, my 100+ hours back when, you know, 100%ing the game. Yeah, so it shows, like, what area it takes place in. That only shows one kingdom there, whereas this is a Tale of Two Rivals. Oh, it probably shows, like, what your starting area is what the flashing thing is. So just, like, where your starting kingdom is. So yeah, this is, like, you already have half, go conquer the other half, is what that one is. And yeah, some of these are just like, hey, you literally only have, like, this small section, and that's it. Yeah, like that. Not worth fighting over. So would this one be, like, the entire continent as well, if it's showing the entire thing? I don't know. But you start out with 8, you unlock more as you go, and stuff. So yeah, maybe I'll end up playing some of this as like some filler stuff sometime later. Not worth fighting over 1. And yeah, this is one where it's like, you have 1, just go get the other 3. Difficulty 1. Hardest difficulty 1 I have right now is 4. The Way of the Warrior, starting right in the center, surrounded by other guys there. But yeah, so here alone, only 6 of them are main warlords. Yeah, so everyone except for Yukamura and Mitsunari then is what that would be. But yeah, anyway, I do generally quite like the game. I'm 12 hours into it here. Oh, let's check the gallery here. Load complete. In the gallery, you can find records of all warriors and their Pokemon with whom you have won battles. If you save your game while that warrior is in your army, their Pokemon will be added to the gallery. Go to the gallery to check the information about the warriors that have been added. Warriors added to the gallery can be used in wireless play. Okay. Let's look at my Pokemon and stuff. Yeah, so you can kind of fill your decks here, essentially, with getting the different Dudos. Warrior. See which warriors I've gotten as you continue to fill it out. Yeah, so it even marks the generic Dudos for several pages. Interesting, because I guess there is only so many of them as well. So I can check here. Yeah, I don't have a rank 2 yet. Yeah, you're perfect. Perfect link found! Duot! What, not Samurott here? Oh, I think Samurott you can only get to 90% until you evolve Motochika himself. Is what it is. So yeah, figuring out what their perfect links are and stuff. Perfect link found! 200 isn't as bad as I thought, but they're still all classified for 100%. Yeah, so then did I truly 100% the game back when? I think my save date is on my original DS. Not my 3DS. Where's my 3DS? Would it be in my Switch case? No, it wouldn't be in my Switch case. I have my 3DS around here somewhere. I literally have the cartridge right here. My Nintendo DS, I say you did not. My Nintendo DS is on the shelf back there. And there's no way it has any charge. But yeah, I do have my cartridge for Pokémon Conquest right here. I could pop it into something. This is what I could do and check some of my data and stuff. It significantly increases the range. Perfect link. Perfect link found. Arceus is a perfect link too, but I think I need to like fully evolve my Warlord and stuff. So yeah, perfect link. Yeah, there it is, Rhyperior. He loves his Rhyperior and stuff. But yeah, interesting. What is it saving? Just the fact that I checked stuff there? Anyway, the general gameplay is definitely pretty fun. Like, a bit different from some of the other strategy games I've played, because I've never played any of the Nobunaga's Ambition games before. But it does seem pretty interesting with you being able to, like, station people at different places, decide what you want to do with them. Each person has, like, a action that they can take, so you can have, like, 5 people from this kingdom invade this kingdom, and then, like, 4 people from this kingdom invade this kingdom. Oh, and, like, 1 person that you left behind can go shopping and stuff like that. So if you really are trying to, like, min-max stuff, like, I played very, very basically here, because you don't really have to play very complicated for the main story here. I just basically had, like, my main squad that I run around dominating everything with. But if you're playing, like, some of the other stories where people invade you, you might want to actually be, like, stationing people to be deterring them and thinking about who you're putting where. And maybe you don't even want to take, like, your strongest squad. You want to, like, take some people from your strongest squad and station them elsewhere for, like, defensive purposes so that you don't get conquered, stuff like that. I think that is, like, a simple but fun kind of gameplay loop. And having, like, the different attacks that affect, like, different multiples of tiles and stuff, and thinking about your positioning in that sense. It's just generally fun. I generally really like the gameplay here. Being able to link with different Pokemon and, like, change up your play style, but each person having, like, someone that they can get, like, a perfect link with, but other people that they can get, like, high, definitely adds to, like, some of the customizability here. Who could that Pokemon be? Like, I generally really like the gameplay of it. I did feel like it was pretty slow. That was definitely helped after I changed that in settings to make it a little bit faster. Don't know what else to say here. I wish that there was, like, some more battlefields, because once you start doing, like, the stories over and over again, and each kingdom is just, like, the one battlefield over and over again, it does start to drag on. And especially if you want to, like, do all the stories and do, like, the final story, you will get very sick and tired of this game. Like, this game continues to stay fun for a decent while, doing, like, more of the stories in my experience, but if you're trying to, like, do all the stories, get all the Warlord evolutions, get all, like, the perfect Link evolutions, get all the legendary Pokemon, and, like, complete the final story and stuff like that, it does take 100+ hours, and you do start to get, like, sick and tired of this game, or at least most people probably would, like, I certainly did. But I was just, like, in so deep at that point that I was like, I'm seeing this through. And that's what I did. I saw it through, and I did all the things, I got all the stuff. So, yeah, it's certainly something there. So again, I wish that there was longer main campaign, and then, like, side stories is, like, extra content, but, like, a main campaign that you can continue to, like, grind in and be, like, your main file and stuff like that. You don't really have, like, a main file, per se. Just, like, a whole bunch of little different mini-adventures with a type of New Game Plus, you could argue, that's carrying over and stuff. What I like about that gallery is that you can actually see all the faces for the signature warlords. Can you not otherwise? I guess it's just, like, a place to check them out and stuff like that. This game makes Crash 4's 100% look like a baby's game, in other words. Yeah, essentially. And sometimes it can be hard to, like, keep up the motivation to do it, because you know that each story you see through, you're essentially losing, like, a bunch of that progress, like, with the select things that carry over, like a New Game Plus, essentially. But, like, the main progress of that file, that's basically gone there. Or with here, I don't think that you can just, like, load one of these stories. Like, of course, you can... Your main save file will be in the middle of one of these stories. Like, I would be halfway through Ieyasu's story, save, quit the game, load back up, and then I'm back into Ieyasu's story. But there's no, like, loading my Ieyasu progress after I finish the story there. And there wouldn't be anything else to do after you finished it either, really, anyway, if there's no more kingdoms to conquer. So it's like, there's only so much content in each, and then you're done, and then you gotta, like, New Game Plus into another story anyway. This is what you gotta do here. 20 down to 180 soldiers to go. No thank you. I think I'm good on that front. Doing all I did over 100 plus hours before is more than enough for me. So generally this game is pretty fun, but it is a bit much, and it will get very repetitive if you try to do what I did back when. But generally it is, like, really fun. I would say that it's my second favorite Pokemon spin-off after Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Like, it is, like, a generally really fun, just strategy game here. And man, there were some really, really close calls during some of the battles in this one. 3 maps I came extremely, extremely close to losing, but still squeaked out a win. Every single kingdom still winning first try, despite all the dumb shit I was doing. Still managed to find my way through one way or another. The streamer luck and stuff. So, yeah, I definitely made the game a bit harder on myself. But, like, I had fun. I enjoyed Pokemon Conquest. I had fun here. The music of this game is fantastic. I love Pokemon Conquest music. It's so dang good. The story, it's not terrible, but, like, it's very simple. Like, I guess I would be surprised if they tried to put, like, a super complicated story into something like this. But yeah, it's one of those stories of, like, oh, turns out the bad guy is actually a good guy, and he wanted, like, the best for the world as well. And this entire situation could have been avoided if he just, like, explained himself to, like, his sister and those around him. But it's one of those kinds of stories. It gets the job done. It lets you kind of like Nobunaga as well and stuff like that. But yeah, what would restart the story if I did what? Place it behind PMD and Pokepark. But yeah, it's a great spin-off. Yeah, the Pokepark games are definitely pretty good too. But yeah, it is definitely a really great Pokemon spin-off. Came out in 2012 here, and now 13 years later. There was never a sequel. They never followed up with this. I don't think they ever really acknowledged this. Like, I don't think that there's been, like, any subsequent media that spawned from Pokemon Conquest. This was just, like, a single standalone Nintendo DS game of just, like, a one-off right at the end of the DS's life cycle. Well, after the end of the DS's life cycle, because the 3DS's life cycle had started. I guess it depends on, like, what you classify as a console's life cycle. Does it end the moment that the new console comes out? Guess it depends on what you classify as that. So yeah, right at the tail end of the DS's life, just this one standalone Pokemon spin-off that just rocks and stuff. He probably did, but she just saw an insane guy. And simply because the game flopped, did it? Because I know this game has like a little bit of a cult following from those that really like it. Pokemon Conquest sales. But I know that it being released at the time that did, a lot of people are just kind of looking forward to like new 3DS Pokemon games, like on the new console. And yet they're still releasing games on the Nintendo DS, even though a new console is out. Pokemon Conquest sold 341,000 copies in Japan in 2012. That's pretty good there. For like Japan, but what about like worldwide? Sold 172,000 units in its first week on the Japanese market. But how much did it sell, like, elsewhere? Here's Bulbapedia. Development gameplay, blurb characters, localization changes. Sales. Let's see here. So, it looks like it's just showing the Japanese sales. They never released international sales. That's how low they were. Oh, so they never released the information on it. So who knows? Just the Japan stuff. Well, the Japan sales are pretty good. But I would imagine that, like, it was if it didn't sell all that well, it was probably a victim of circumstance, like Metroid Prime Federation Force, as I was discussing earlier in the stream, where it's like, after playing that, it was genuinely a really good game, but it came out at, like, a really bad time and was a victim of circumstance. And in this case, would this have come out, like, after Black 2, White 2? It would have been before, right? Because there's a flyer for Pokemon Black 2, White 2 that I have in here. It says coming fall 2012. Okay, so this would have been after Pokemon Black and White, but before Pokemon Black 2, White 2. Because I know that this was earlier in the year in 2012. Was the case. So, I know that the Nintendo DS was kind of like the golden age, in my opinion, of Pokemon spin-offs. But I know that a lot of people were kind of confused at, like, Pokemon Black 2, White 2 coming out on the Nintendo DS as opposed to the 3DS. Being like, what? But the 3DS is out. Pokemon games should be coming out on that now. But, you know, makes sense as, like, finishing off that generation and the sequels and stuff like that. The sequels that replaced the enhanced third version that there would have otherwise been and stuff. So, I know that with Black 2, White 2, a lot of people are just like, hey, what the heck, why isn't this on the 3DS? Do we really want to get, like, another Nintendo DS Pokemon game when the 3DS is out? And maybe a lot of people felt that with the Nintendo DS. Federation Force was raged on for its time. This game people didn't even know existed. I mean, I did. I knew it existed. Like, I played the shit out of this game. This game rocked. I don't remember when I got it, like, if I just randomly saw it on the shelf and decided to buy it, or, like, what I did. But I played this game. I really quite liked this game. But yeah, maybe it was just one of those niche things that didn't really get a lot of attention and, like, wasn't mainline Pokemon and was released after a replacement console had already coming out for a previous console. So, it was probably just, like, a victim of circumstance and stuff then. It was probably one of those situations. Here, let me go to my camera, turn off the tracking, because I know when I hold this up, it's going to break it. If I go to, like, the only camera, which this is working now, it's connected to OBS, which is really good. If anyone wants to see, like, the full thingamabob here, Pokémon Conquest, and then what the back looks like and stuff. This is what it looks like. Warlords and Pokemon unite to conquer the land. Thrilling Pokemon battles. Recruit Pokemon and warriors into your army. Assist your... What the heck does that say? Assist your Pokemon with warrior skills. Also playable on Nintendo 3DS. Yeah, they had to put that note there because it's like the 3DS was out. It had been out for a little while. So I guess they started putting notes on the back of the box where it's like, hey, if you have a 3DS, you can play it on that too, by the way. Like, you could argue that it's like a 3DS and a DS game, but you can play it on either or something here. So I guess they started putting those notes and stuff. As someone who similarly played this game ad nauseum, I was also unaware the game flopped until now. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed. Point is that while both of us got it when it released, the game was essentially forgotten and financially failed, hence why it hasn't had a sequel. Well, I would say in the years since, like, I think that it's gotten more attention. Like, I see people talking about it online from time to time when it comes to, like, predictions for, like, upcoming Pokemon Directs or Pokemon Presents and stuff like that. People hoping that there'll be, like, some sort of follow-up or something like that. Like, I would love a follow-up for this game. I love this game. Gotta be one of my favorite Pokemon spin-offs, you know? But yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. But, I mean, it does make sense considering the circumstances that it released in. But yeah, I mean, I love this game. This game rocks. I am quite fond of it here. And again, like I was showing at, like, the beginning of the playthrough here. Very much a time that I miss in gaming history, where you get, like, the little manuals and stuff that come with them, with, like, the full color guides and stuff. Like, look how clean they are. And just introducing, like, all the elements. Was that a type matchup chart that I just saw there? Hold on. And, like, the full color and everything. There was definitely a better time for video gaming. Nowadays, they just assume that you'll be able to, like, look up everything on the internet. And that's what most people would do anyway. And they don't bother to put in cool stuff like this that is genuinely kind of cool. Fighting battles, the battle screen, treasure box. Was there a type matchup chart? Oh, here's, like, the link levels and stuff. Wait, where did I just see that here? That I did have to go to the internet to find out. What the heck? Here it is. This is what I wondered earlier, where I wondered, like, what the badges meant in terms of, like, potential link level. but there's a little chart right here that says it. So there's stuff that the game doesn't even like directly tell you in game that the guide here answers, the little booklet that you would otherwise need to look up online here. So yeah, so none means like it's really crap, X if you can't link at all. So bronze is 50 to 69, silver is 70 to 89, and then gold, the really good ones, is 90 to 100%. It's a perfect link or either really close. Because yeah, I figured out that gold was that, and then the other levels, I guess I never actually looked that up. I was thinking about looking it up, but I just never even knew that. I swear I saw like a type matchup chart. How to play with DS wireless play. And then yeah, there's like the full instructions for like how you play with others and do like wireless play and stuff. Man, I really miss having booklets that came with games. Yeah, look at this. Type compatibility chart. Look at that. That just comes right with the game. Don't have to do any digging on the interwebs or anything. And this is other stuff that like the game itself wouldn't exactly tell you. Like the game itself isn't going to lay out like a full type matchup chart. But you just like consult the guide here and it's going to tell you like all the stuff that you really need to know for the most part. Apart from things like this specific warlord, what are all the Pokemon that can get up to like a 90% plus link with them, stuff like that I'd still have to Google. But yeah, still like all the main stuff that you would need to know is just in here. I really miss having instruction booklets with video games. Even if few people would ever use them and, you know, cut down on manufacturing costs, plus everyone's just gonna Google everything nowadays anyway. But man, there were definitely better times. There's so much stuff that came with this. Here's like the Club Nintendo code, back when like Club Nintendo actually did like some more stuff. Here's like the little ad for Pokemon Black 2, White 2. Here's the Nintendo DS health and safety precautions booklet. And then here's like the Pokémon Conquest little manual and stuff. Sound like people are either getting cheaper or the protection of the environment is impacting use. There's that too. Let's look at this little ad for Pokemon Black 2, White 2. If I open it up, oh, that's just the ad on the front page. And then there's like more stuff here. So I can see here, Pokemon Rumble Blast. I can get a 3DS for a great value at $169.99 MSRP, all new Midnight Purple. Wow. I'm pretty sure I own Pokemon Rumble Blast as well here. And then, oh yeah, big ad for like the 3DS and stuff here and other Pokemon stuff. Pokemon TV. With the Nintendo Zone, watch full-length episodes of the Pokemon TV series, explore games, see the latest Pokemon trading card game expansions, and hear about the latest news and events. I've never heard of Nintendo Zone before. This is a first. Oh, and then it comes with some passwords here. The game itself comes with a Dratini password if you like look in the box. It's just like, hey, yeah, look, you can use this password, and then you can get like a Dratini to appear, and then you link with the powerful Dratini. PMD Gates is not on this booklet. PMD Gates would have been a 2013 title, I think, right? So it would have been a little bit after. I mean, this is a 3DS game that's advertising right now with Pokemon Rumble Blast. So yeah, you'd think that maybe it would do that. But nope, they want to promote Rumble Blast, I guess, first and foremost. Interesting. And the code for the Club Nintendo thingamabob opened up as well. People are so happily playing games. It's free and easy to join. Members get games, gear, and warranty extensions. Yeah, nowadays they just get the friggin' gold points that are like just a handful of, you know, cents, barely anything. And they're taking that away soon. They're getting rid of that. There's not going to be any of that anytime soon. And on the back of the Club Nintendo thing, you have like Nobunaga and Zekrom and stuff there. I remember like redeeming my codes for buying games on Club Nintendo and actually being able to get like cool shit shipped to me. I have a Club Nintendo thing right over there. I still have a pixelated Mario shirt that I wear from time to time. I've probably been seen on stream with it from time to time. But my Majora's Mask messenger bag that I think I have over here. Yeah, I totally do. This right here. I got this from Club Nintendo. It's a messenger bag where if I'm just going on like a short trip and I want to put something like my Switch in a bag and like some water, maybe a battery pack. Like, this is just my go-to bag when I just want like a general bag to put things into. I got this off of Club Nintendo just by like getting games and stuff. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. You can see like a little Club Nintendo thingamabob down there and Skull Kid. And I use this thing all the time up until today. Like, I still use this. You used to be able to get like cool shit from Club Nintendo. You would have like little codes inside and you would redeem the code. Nowadays, everything is just like immediately digital, so you would just go on the Switch, click the game, redeem for gold points, immediately get gold points, and you just like redeem that for a few cents. I think that there are still sometimes some like physical rewards that you can redeem, Like, I've seen some very basic things available to redeem, like Pikmin postcards or something like that you can get sent to you, like, very simple, basic kind of stuff, but no more cool shit like a full-size, large Mario t-shirt, or like a Majora's Mask messenger bag that, you know, is high enough quality that, like, it's not falling apart at all. I use this thing all the time. Man. This makes me nostalgic for those days of Nintendo and video games and stuff like that. These were the days. Pokémon Conquest was the shit, and these were definitely some better days for gaming, in my opinion. a lot of games that come out nowadays I'm not the biggest fans of. Must have been late 2012 though, and Gen 6 started in 2013, so you presume late Gen 5 would be on there. That is a good point. You are right, it did start 2013, but yeah, I guess they didn't promote gates here. That wasn't to be had. Important, read the instruction and separate health and safety precautions booklet before setup or use of your system. For customer service, visit support.nintendo.com or call this number. Warning, if you have epilepsy or have had seizures or other unusual reactions to flashing lights or patterns, consult a doctor before playing video games. Official Nintendo seal. Koei Tecmo. Well, it is 4:55 in the morning. I'm honestly not as tired feeling as I thought I would be, but man, during the day today, I am going to be so messed up. Anyway, so that was the playthrough of, like, the main story of Pokémon Conquest. You could argue that, like, the final story that you unlock is technically, like, a main story thing as well. So, this is it for, like, the stuff that I for sure wanted to play through on this channel. And from here, maybe Pokémon Conquest will pop up from time to time, is what it might happen. If it's, like, the end of, like, a LAN event or 24-hour cherry stream. And I just want to do, like, some filler stuff with something that's not going to take me very long. Because, like, the individual stories of these really don't take very long. So, this is the end of the stuff that I'm 100% for sure doing with Pokémon Conquest. But maybe it'll happen in the future. No promises, but it might potentially happen here. We shall see. Because I do enjoy this game. This is, like, a good, fun game and could make for some good, like, filler content. Great little handheld thing here where it's just, like, chip away at a story. Fun game. Sleep time. Oh yeah, the camera's just staring at all my 3D printing filament now there. You just see, like, a wall of boxes. Because when I went and grabbed my messenger bag, the camera turned, and now it's over that away. But yeah, so hope everyone enjoyed the playthrough of Pokémon Conquest. Hope you enjoyed, like, the Corgi pupper cam that was going on and off during this playthrough. Just able to, like, mooch some quality to this content by totally using my cousin's Corgi to, get, like, some cuteness points in the content here. Easy peasy. And, yeah. I don't know what the next Pokemon playthrough on this channel is gonna be. Maybe something will have been announced at, like, the Pokemon Presents, like Bloodborne. Or maybe something else will be announced at the Pokemon Presents that will be something that I end up playing coming up here. I'll definitely be playing Pokemon Legends ZA. If anything new, interesting ends up being announced at the Presents, then I guess I'll be playing that too. And, yeah. Apart from that, I don't know what the future of Pokemon looks like on this channel. Legends ZA, other new things coming out. Oh, I do want to do XD Gale of Darkness this year. That's probably going to be the next Pokemon spin-off played on this channel I can mention really quickly, because I did Coliseum a couple of years ago. So, sometime this year, when I have the time, like, we're going to catch up on some other games first, but sometime this year when I have the time, I do want to play through XD Gale of Darkness, so keep an eye out for that this year. I almost forgot that that was in my plans. Alright, I think that's everything I wanted to say now. I think I'm out of here. It's time to go get some sleep. What little sleep I can here. And hopefully not be, like, too destroyed for tomorrow, well, today, for, like, the final round of setting up my fuel tank so that it hopefully doesn't leak and rust and do all these awful things. So, yeah. Let's see if I can stay awake through that after going as ham as I did here on Pokémon Conquest. So, until next time, take care, and see ya.